What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Dream Huge podcast, man. Super excited for this one today. We love to share success stories from other huge dreamers, folks in the real estate business, entrepreneurs, movers, shakers, influencers, and more. And hopefully, these stories will also help motivate you to also dream huge. And today, we are joined by Michael Seitz. He is the CEO and chairman of Earthwise Pet. How you doing today, Michael?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me today.
Yes, thanks for making the time. Let's dive right into it, Michael. Tell us what it is that you do at Earthwise Pet.
Yeah, so we are a pets service and retail franchise company. So we help budding entrepreneurs that want to start their own businesses get into the pet industry, whether that's grooming salons, nutrition centers with products. We have some daycares as well, but it's we have corporate stores and we have franchise locations, but we're primarily a franchise company in the pet industry.
So, if I am wanting to start a grooming uh, salon, why is it important to bring someone like you on board rather than try and figure it all out myself?
Yeah, good question. It's interesting. I think entrepreneurs at heart, myself included, we're risk takers. We're willing to kind of jump into things where we want to think big ideas. We want to create something special, and we believe that somebody else feels the same way about what we're building. And the nice thing about franchising is it's kind of a hybrid play. It's you can have kind of your aspirations, your ambitions of what you want to build. At the same time, you can avoid a lot of the pitfalls and risks involved in starting a new business without understanding what you're getting into. And so, in the franchising world, we help people kind of with a turnkey play where they come in, whether they have pet industry experience or not, doesn't matter. We have everything from firefighters to CPAs that are franchisees, but they all have a common theme of a passion for pets. I grew up in an entrepreneurial family. I totally get it. I totally understand the drive to be your own business owner. My father owned a chain of restaurants when I was growing up. He was an entrepreneur since he was 23 years old. My mother was actually a professional groomer, and ultimately became a mental health counselor as well, but made more money grooming, so she kept grooming. But I think business ownership is a stressful enterprise, and there's a lot of inherent risks in general, and so we help people kind of mitigate those as they take that risk and jump into that future for themselves.
Yeah, that's smart. And you kind of see it everywhere. It's really scale or die.
Yeah,
You see less and less of the mom and pops,
yeah,
and more of the franchise chains. Because look, you're going to pay for it one way or the other. Either I'm going to be a mom and pop and I'm going to learn by my own mistakes and pay for my own lessons and my own mistakes, or I'm going to pay a little more and have a nice franchise model where all the mistakes have been made already. So I can confidently move forward. And being even on the other side of that, you are in charge of all of the franchise models. So pushing that
yeah.
out to where you see it. I was talking about the other day, even here in our hometown, it's tough to find a mom and pop restaurant anymore. You
Yeah,
know,
they just don't
everything
exist, do they? Yeah.
everything is chained, and that's for a reason because guys
Yeah.
like you put systems in place so that they can run even more efficiently and they can scale. So talk to me about how you're able to help mom and pops along through that process. What kind of
Yeah.
lessons did you learn along the way that you're able to pass on to them?
Well, it's a great question. Gosh, yeah, the mom and pop thing. I think there's definitely been times over the years, especially in the early stages of building a business, where boy, you wish you had some help along the way. It's kind of a lonely prospect for a lot of people when they kind of jump into it. There's a lot of dreams that happen, and then reality sets in, and the hard work kind of kicks in, and yeah, it's great to be able to set your schedule, but at the same time, you're never off duty. There's some things that you learn real fast and real hard. And I think one of the things that I've come to appreciate is um, all of us want to have something that we can believe in, something that we are doing good for, something that we can build that's going to provide for ourselves and our families and our future. Um, yeah, but we all have this kind of creative part to us too. We want to build something special, and so I think when somebody comes to the table and they're looking for building a business, and a lot of people just come to the table with money, but they don't know if they have enough money. So having everything from having somebody kind of look at what your business plan is to see, for one, if it's reasonable, if it makes sense, and then also a lot of these industries have pretty significant barriers of entry to get into, whether that's the supply chain issues that you face, whether that's having the right design and build outs for what you're trying to accomplish, whether that's a marketing strategy that works. And marketing today is not what it was 20 years ago, right? I remember the days when you could put a little ad in the white pages or in the yellow pages. You had your little cutout in the column, and that was all you did for advertising, and that's where everyone went to find it. And now there's just a million different ways to market, and there's the what works equation changes about every 3 months, if
Yeah.
not
What's
faster.
working for you guys now in marketing?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. We've done everything, right? We've done everything from direct mailers in the past to digital marketing to social media to influencers, to micro influencers to completely different branding strategies that have nothing to do with what your actual business is.
Yeah, can't we
It's
just bring back the
amazing.
good old yellow pages, man? It was
Right?
so much
It was
easier.
so easy. It was great. And even the direct mailer era was great, back when you could send postcards to people and that's all it took. And but yeah, now it's all digital. We actually it's interesting. Our tech team and our marketing teams have essentially merged. Um, and they're almost synonymous terms now. And so the tech decks that we're building are also the marketing suites that we're implementing, and so it's just it's a really different world. So having that kind of backing definitely helps when you're getting into it on your own.
Yeah, the expertise, the
Yeah,
knowledge,
yeah,
the behind all of your trials and errors, all your years of experience.
yeah.
So, what are your core businesses as far as if and what does the franchise costs look like on those? Like, give me your like top three.
Yeah, so we have really three different models that we offer to the consumer. One of them is kind of our flagship, the Earthwise Pet model, which is a nutrition center and wellness spa. So it's you do have a retail component with third
For
party
pets.
resell for pets. It's all pet
Yes.
related, right?
Just to clarify for the
Yeah, let's
listeners.
let's be very clear. This is pet related, right? Nutrition center for pets. Yeah. So
Excellent.
yeah, and with that nutrition center, you also have a wellness spa. So we have a grooming salon, self wash bays, those kind of things. It's part of a wellness spa. So it's definitely an upscale spa kind of experience for your pets. But that's kind of the flagship. Then we have a mobile play, which is mobile grooming. It's basically grooming to your doorstep. These are electric generator vans. They park in your driveway. They don't make a sound. You bring they come to the door to get your dogs. You don't ever leave your home. It's really kind of a white glove service on that front. And then we also offer what we call a certified pet dietitian program. So we actually have a very high level nutrition expertise component as well. That's tacked on to one of the other models. So, but yeah, it's think of it as kind of a one stop shop for your pets, but really with a complete total pet care approach.
That's awesome. Well, and I know you probably have a pretty good niche here because I know humans are fat and humans are fat and out of shape. Period. The data
Well,
shows
boy,
it.
aren't we?
Pets,
Yeah,
are pets
absolutely.
as
Yeah.
well?
Oh
Are
yeah,
pets as well?
obesity and age are becoming an increasingly bigger problem every single year. Yeah,
Good for you. Out here helping pet owners
yeah,
and pets themselves live
yeah,
healthier lifestyles, man. That is super cool.
absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
okay, how did you scale from? I thought you mentioned pre-show over 100 locations.
So we actually have over 200 now. But yeah, in terms of the scaling process, so Started with a few prototypes up in Portland, Oregon, and before we started franchising, some company-owned or family-owned stores. Then we started franchising in 2008, and in franchising, you front load your infrastructure, so it's a high risk, high reward kind of a play, and you don't really even hit a break even point until you have about 50 locations in franchising as a franchisor. So the franchisees are making a lot more money than the franchisor is in the early stages, and so you
It's
have
the
some partners.
long-term
Yeah,
goal. It's the
exactly,
big picture.
exactly. But then you hit,
Someday we're gonna.
yeah, someday, right? Yeah. So at some point, there's kind of a tipping point. You start to scale pretty quickly. Our tipping point was about 70 locations. And we started to grow not only organically, but we also started to grow through M&A as well. And so we did a lot of acquisitions. We did about 11 acquisitions over the course of about 18 months to really scale quickly to allow for the infrastructure and the regional presence that we wanted. And then you kind of have your base and you can go from there. But for us, it was a lot of hard work up front, really building the systems, really just putting everything into it, working 24/7, learning everything you could possibly learn about the industry, kind of an inhuman level of effort in those early stages. And then but you're building for growth. And so, front loading the right team, making sure you had a team for growth, and then stepping on the gas when you finally hit that point.
Dude, that is a great, summary there on how to scale.
Yeah.
You're dreaming huge, right? You've got the
Yeah.
huge vision right up front. You have
Yep.
to invest heavily. You have to allow others to succeed. We've got a sign hanging at the wall: stop selling and start helping.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're helping these
Yeah.
franchise owners succeed while you're taking the back seat.
Yeah.
And then that leads into a break-even point, and then that leads into acquisitions and growth.
Yep.
Very
You got
cool.
it. You got it. Yeah. I think that was a
Awesome.
really good summary, actually. Yeah.
Earthwisepet.com, Michael Seitz. Michael, how can folks contact you, follow you if they're interested?
Yeah, easiest way for me is if you want to follow me on LinkedIn, you can just Michael Seitz CEO. You can find me on LinkedIn pretty easily if you type in Earthwise Pet and Michael Seitz. And if you want to find any information out about us, earthwisepet.com or earthwisepetfranchise.com if you're interested in the franchise side. But it's a great industry. It's a great business, and I'm always up for connecting with people that are interested in M&A and talk and shop. So.
Yes. And final thoughts for some young entrepreneurs out there who are just trying to get things going.
You're young. If you're young and you're an entrepreneur, do it, because you can always reinvent yourself if you fail. The willingness to fail and risk everything, you can do it when you're young. Go for it.
Absolutely. Great advice. Michael Seitz, thank you for coming on the Dream Huge podcast. Check out earthwisepet.com, an amazing story. Thank you, everyone, for watching and listening to the Dream Huge podcast. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, remember the rules. Work hard, never give up, and dream huge, just like Michael Seitz. But we got to see the guns, Mike. Dream huge, baby.
There you go. All right.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
All right, man.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you. Take care.
Yep.
Thank you for listening to the Dream Huge podcast. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. For more inspiring content, follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Dream Huge Realty and on TikTok at Dream Huge Inc. Until next time.